Welcome back to Desire to Inspire. It's your mama's favorite podcast. We're back, dude. I don't know what I was going to say there, but I was like, I don't know, man.
We are back, baby. Getting caffeinated on this fine Friday. I got to tell you, man. So we always talk about routine, and
anyone who listens to the audience being, what the fuck's he laughing at?
Sorry.
It's a beautiful sound.
But we always talk about routine and stuff like that, and seasons of life, and when some seasons are busier than others, this and that.
You in a big energy drink season right now?
No. What I was going to say is that the planning around the podcast and doing it the way we've been doing it recently has me so less stressed. I feel like we can really, like, the last 2 episodes or 3.
Dude, the last one was good, man.
Yeah.
I was editing, I'm like, damn, this is a good episode.
And so I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is it, because, like, the morning times we were always rushed, fucking tired.
Uh-huh.
It was like in and out, like we just got to squeeze it. And sometimes you got to fucking do that. But what we've been doing,
literally just doubling them up is perfect.
Yep.
Because you're already, by the time you get in the second one, you're already in the groove.
Yeah.
You don't have to warm up. You're just ready to go. I was sitting there editing. I edited some at work, and then I came back to me, and she had a work meeting for like an hour before I had to go to work. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to edit now. And then she like got on her, so she's cooking. And I'm listening like, damn, sometimes I'm kind of insightful. She's like, what are you insightful about? I said, tune in and find out. Trying to get them views up, baby.
I love that. Hey, the views on the podcast and on my daily drive-bys, especially like daily drive-bys, I've noticed have been getting an uptick as well.
I've saw them, and it's making me feel like I need to do videos. TikToks are back up.
Yeah, TikToks are back up. They're
like,
popping.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Like 70 likes.
Yeah. You see
One of my... sound like a lot, guys. Little wins.
You see one of my TikToks popped off, over 100 likes on it, bro.
I did. Saw it today,
let's go. So actually, let's talk about this for a second. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about how I am in this mode right now where I'm sick of saying I'm going to get this, getting it, to make a video, to enhance this, to improve whatever, and then it falls back and nothing changes. So I talked about accountability. I talked about the things that I want to do, but what I mainly focused on is not phrasing it in a way where it's pulling anybody else in any area. So just since we're in DTI, not pulling you into that and being like, well, we do this and then we're not doing this. And then because at some point you have to first start from within and then it can go out and you have to do these things. So I've been really trying to like hone in on this on all aspects of life, because there's other areas where it's like, oh, I said I'm going to do this, but I didn't. And so then who am I not committing to, or what am I not following through with? And so I'm really trying to look at it from an introspective purpose, where it's just like me and how can I improve? How can I do these things to hold myself accountable towards X? And I've stopped. I just say we, because it's like everything I'm talking about is around DTI.
And we're both sitting here.
Yeah.
But I'm laughing because you're like, I've been focusing on so we've started.
I stopped. And one evening, Lo was like, I just don't know, like, your videos deserve more views. Like, some of them are really good. You're consistent with it. Like, I just don't get why they're stopping at like 250. And I was like, no, this is like God literally giving me a sign. Like, you fucking deserve this. Like, what you're going through right now, you deserve. You have no other reason to like ask for more.
You get what you put in.
Exactly. And so I was like, I can't ask for more. I can't expect more, because again, how many times have I like started down this path and just stopped? So it's like, oh yeah, stay at this 250 views and that's it. And so as I've been doing everything, it's just with the mentality of like, hey, I got to do this stuff right now. I got to do it. I'm having fun doing it, like whatever. And then that one came and I was like, let's fucking go. But I wasn't thinking like, when can I break this spell of 250 views? I wasn't thinking, when can I break this?
How many views do I have?
Like 5,000 something. I was like, wow. Dang, boy.
Do you have a schedule you're posting on? Or do you just like every couple days throw one up? Or is it every day? Or?
It's almost like every day. I think there's like one day a week that I'm not posting right now.
Are you like backlogged, or are you like filming the day of throwing it up?
No. Yes and no. So do I have a backlog of stuff? Yes, because during my runs, I have my phone or my GoPro on me the entire time. And so what I've realized and how I've been staying positive in all of these different like workouts and things that I'm doing is having that camera there. And then once a thought comes, just fucking clicking it on. And like I told you, sometimes I might post them, sometimes I might not. But what that's allowing me to do is kind of like dive deeper into myself and like talk and express this journey or like whatever's on my mind or whatever it is. And so it's been fun because every day I'm doing something. So that means every day I'm filming something. Now, whether I use what I filmed that day or not just depends on what I see, like there's a big trend right now. And it was actually like one of the questions. Well, do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Because one thing that I saw was by, what's this guy's name? Matt Graham.
Antonio.
Not him today. I was like, I can't use him again. Matt Graham, Graham. So I saw this video by him.
In fact, how you spell Graham.
Yep. I saw this video by him probably like 3 weeks ago. And it was like, there's 3 months left in the year. October, November, December. You have, and he like goes on about like what you can make out of these 3 months. Shortly after that, I started seeing like winter arc. And I'm like, what the fuck is arc? And I never looked it up. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know.
Because it's like people talk about like a villain arc and like all these different arcs. And it's like basically just like the journey of like that time, like where you're going to come into that phase. It's basically like a phase.
Okay. So then I started seeing all of these different things about this winter arc, and I never like looked into it. But when I posted on social media today, like recording your podcast, let us know like topics you want us to cover or whatever. We had one come in. It was like your approach to the winter arc. So then I was really like, what the fuck is this winter arc? And so then I started.
Someone said that off of your own page. That was on Instagram today, right?
Yeah. Like
someone like who follows you on Instagram responded that.
Yes. And
that's weird, like correlation though. Cause like, I don't see anybody talk about a winter. Like I know what it is and like how people view it just from like Twitter and bullshit like that.
Well, it's popping off on TikTok right now. Like everybody's posting videos like my winter arc is, and it'll like lay out what they're trying to do.
Okay. Explain it like the way that TikTok is showing it right now.
So TikTok is showing it where you have October, November, December left before the holidays. And this is where this was going into. So this is perfect. So before the holidays come, what are you going to do right now to set yourself apart, both from the standard norm of just diving into those holidays, indulging, setting yourself back and having the mindset like, I'm going to start in fucking January. January is going to come and that's when I'm going to start. It's breaking that norm that most of this world goes by. And it's like, how can you just fully dive into yourself over these next 3 months during these winter months where the seasons are changing, people are staying inside, to just encompass the things that you're trying to reach, achieve, aspire to. And then some people are laying those out like fitness wise. Some people are laying them out like just like lifestyle wise. Some people are laying those out where they're like creating vision or mood boards for each month of what they want to see or attract or whatever it is. And so this winter arc is going around. And I was like, wow, this like kind of is aligning with even like what I'm doing, where I'm just like trying to focus on myself. So I was like, okay, this will be easy to kind of like put my story or spin on it. And so I wanted to touch on that today. One, to answer that question that we got, but not only that, like encompass that to even talk about like, what are these? I mean, you have a big thing coming up in November, but then what's the rest of the year look like and stuff. So I didn't know if you've seen this trend or what your thoughts are on it.
I try not to go on TikTok. So like any like huge TikTok trends I don't see.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I ever go on there is literally to check if you're still consistently posting and to like DTI stuff. That's it. Because I'm like, well, I don't want to not support you if you're posting. I'm like, well, if they're going on TikTok, I got to go at least look.
Yeah.
So those are like the only things that I go on there for. I never scroll TikTok.
Ever?
Just maybe for like 5 minutes after I do that thing. And that, sometimes I forget and a couple days go by before I check. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I go on there, one, just because I'm posting on there, but two, to kind of get that inspiration and then also like try and motivate other people. Because now that I'm like in this realm of focusing on what I am,
is not what would motivate me.
Yeah, no, I've seen some of the stuff you sent me.
Yeah, I'm like, this is it would take a long time for me to have to get my algorithm to where it could be. Maybe I should just go on DTIs and scroll.
Maybe. That would be a lot more even PG and politically correct going on DTIs versus yours, I'm sure.
When do we care about that?
Oh, we don't. I'm just saying. So it'll focus different content. But so through being on TikTok and like posting my videos and stuff, I see a lot of people that are at the same stage as me, and then also some that are obviously way fucking bigger. But it's cool to go on there, and I've been commenting on them, and it's yielded like conversations with people that are just out there fucking putting this mindset and attitude to work and actually like following through with the stuff that they're spreading. So some of the, cause I was thinking about it, I was like, well, what would my like winter arc be if I had to create one, I guess? And it's, again, pretty much the standard stuff that I'm doing now, but it's not missing a workout in the endurance space. So completing my 2 runs, 2 bikes, 2 swims, hitting my 10K.
Have you been hitting the 2 swims now?
Yeah. I haven't missed the 2 swims in 3 weeks.
I know last time we talked, you were saying you really hadn't hit them.
Yep. I haven't missed in 3 weeks.
Wow.
I went home to Ohio, stopped in fucking Beechwood to go to that Lifetime Fitness, hit my swim, then I went home.
What made you go back to Lifetime? Just the pool?
That and the atmosphere of it. I went to the
bougie
YMCA, and it was like a retirement home. I was like, dude, I'm not going to get any fucking inspiration from this, motivation. So I was like, well.
That's your shit, bro. You're the old people guy.
Yeah, but like this, like, I don't know, dude. I walked in and I felt like I was out of place. Like, I feel like everyone looked at me like, you're a bit young to be here there, Buck. I could have got a lot of clients.
I was just thinking maybe that's where you're supposed to be.
Maybe, because old people do love talking to me. Fuck.
And you always, I feel like we've talked about it on an episode about how maybe you should go for the old crowd.
We definitely have. Maybe that was my calling, and I was supposed to be in there with my people.
And you got to get uncomfortable. You talked about it on your TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Get into a different trail. Maybe you're supposed to be with all the geriatrics.
Maybe. It's an interesting hot take.
Definitely cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper, bro. You pay for a year of the Y for a month at Lifetime. You could get both and not even suffer financially any more than if you just went to Lifetime.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying Lifetime. My thought was, too, is that I'm going to be spending more time there because during the winter months, I'll probably go there to run. I'll probably go there to bike.
Mandy said hit her up about that bike, by the way.
Big bets. Hell yeah. Sounds good. A lot of my like winter arcs outside of like those 2 things of workout, 10K steps, I want to get back to my journaling, and I'm so off and on with that.
I was just thinking about that today.
Yeah. It's just, I do really well for a bit, and then I fall off, and I don't know why, because I love fucking doing it.
I think it's like, usually, I don't know how you are, but personally, like when I get into it, it's like when I feel like a lot's going on and like I just need somewhere to put it. Mm-hmm. And then everything like kind of settles down. And I don't even know if it actually settles down or if it's like the journaling is making me feel less anxiety about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need this shit anymore. But like realistically, that's like, oh, I did all this stuff to get in shape. I don't need the gym anymore. It's the same fucking concept.
Yeah.
But it's just easier to throw it out the window and stop doing it.
Yeah, very.
I probably haven't journaled in months.
I've journaled off and on only a handful of times over the last like 2 months.
Every time I start, it's a day or 2 in a row, and then I'm done.
Mm-hmm. It's I don't know. I'll get back to it. I want to
get like my last 2 years of journaling have all been just open-ended stuff, like just no prompts, no questions being asked, no nothing. I want to get one where like I have things that you follow daily. I know yours is like that, where like it has like different kind of little sections that you fill out. Mm-hmm. So I need to find me a good one of those.
Let's table that, because that makes me think like, could DTI create a journal around?
I know you've talked about that. Well, no, you didn't talk about that. You talked about like a quote type thing.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that in like merch after, because the last 2 things of like my winter arc is what I'm thinking is continuing to post on social media and like to put more effort in that. What that looks like, that could be a whole conversation, so I'm not going to like dive deep into it. But then really completing things for DTI and putting more structure in, I guess you could say, is like something over the next 3 months, because we already have some things in motion for the beginning of 2025. So that would just go like hand in hand with that, just to elevate during these months.
What year did we start DTI?
2021. 22.
I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, no, 22.
I was like, I know it was like the first of the year. I was like, there's no, it's about to be 4 years.
Yeah, no, 2022.
I think that, transparently, I think we like got the LLC at the end of 2021 just so we could say established 21. It looks longer.
I was trying to envision our Spartan race shirts. I'm just pointing up there like.
I thought, for a second, I thought that it was on the mirror. Like it said like the year or something. So I wanted to look.
Yeah, I was 22. So those are kind of like my 5 focus things. And again, I haven't put like much thought around it because it just like came up today as like an aha thing when it got brought up as a question. I was like, fuck. So it's cool to even like think about that because again, I don't want to just like fall into the rut of the holidays and the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going home for Thanksgiving, so I think that helps. I'm only going to be home for like a week at the end of the year. Obviously going next week, but that's a quick weekend.
And you see how much I'm traveling. So, like, to stick to getting every workout in the 10K steps, like, it's fucking hard. The other day, I drove 14 hours in one day. So, like, I had 3,100 steps or something like that. And, again, it's like, well, you were in the car all day, jackass. Like, how are you? But still, I want to get it on those days. Even if I don't get, like, a workout in, like, I have one off day, so I have to plan it accordingly. But with how much I'm traveling and stuff like that, those things are going to be hard to hit. So I don't want to like overdo it or make it overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because again, I want to stick and keep on doing every single day like we talk and preach about. But journal, merch, we got some things cooking, ordered.
I saw that.
Personally.
So merch, while we're on this little topic, actually was just texting Zach today. He is going to be in Indy for the race. So I asked him what size shirts he is again, and I'm going to make some up over the next couple weeks so I can give him some.
There we go.
Pretty much like the same ones that we have. I'm just going to take him a couple of those down.
Yep. Love that. He was very adamant about that one.
I know he wanted me to take it off my back and give it to him.
Literally. Do you have anything just off the top of your head towards like the last 3 months of the year?
No, I mean, I'm in the last month of marathon training, and then I'm into basically the middle of November. So, I mean, I'm going to stay consistent after that. I'm going to up my weightlifting to at least 3 days a week at that point. It'll probably be 4. Just depends like how much I'm running. I have to do a mile, but it's so easy for me just, if I'm not training for anything, just hop on the treadmill, do a mile and lift.
Yeah.
Lifted 3 times this week.
There we go, baby.
So we're getting back. Honestly, bro, I was looking at myself in the mirror last time, like, you've only been lifting for like 2 weeks. You're already looking tighter and leaner. Like, what was I thinking, man? It's so fast. I was like, damn, I'm just fucking springing right back.
That's good. There was one point I was like, this dude's really going towards the whole runner's body.
Relax. You say this shit to Tone?
No, I didn't.
He does lift, but he got more of a runner's body than me. He's in his runner arc. Now we were talking last night. You know, we're not going to talk about that. It's far away.
Okay.
It's far away.
Beautiful.
It's still running goals.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a month out when this comes? Probably less than that?
When this comes out, less.
Okay.
I'm about a month out right now.
There we go.
The 9th. This is currently the 11th.
Are you going to take the last 3-4 weeks and change anything or dive more?
I mean, at this
keep
point,
everything consistent.
The work's put in already. There's not really much I could do to make any drastic changes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a long run 21, and then next week is the last of the peak. So this week I'll be at like mid-50s in mileage. Next week I have a 22 on Saturday, and I'll be at probably about 60 in miles for the week.
Damn.
So these are my 2 peaks right now, and then it's just cruising on into race day, making sure I'm still healthy and ready to go at 100%.
Hell yeah. It's all about staying healthy right now. Speaking of that, keep that mind fucking healthy. There's a lot going on in this world, people. So we're talking about this winter arc, and it just makes me like think of all of the craziness that's going on in the world right now, with fucking election around the corner, with the Diddy conspiracies, with fucking the container
I don't think
stuff.
the Diddy's are conspiracies. I think that's a real.
I don't know. There's something going on, that's for sure. But there's just so much being thrown at us. There's social media. It seems like every single day there's something new. The hurricanes, wars going on around the world. Like, there's just more and more that can make it seem overwhelming in an already like crazy world and environment. So as you're going into the end of this year, as we're getting ready to wrap up 2024, even though it's still 3 months out, take time to just like sit there with yourself, fucking breathe, disconnect from everything, and realize like life is still extremely good. There's still a lot of great fucking things going on. And don't get caught up in all of the chaos and things that we hear on social media that we see that are being thrown at us and making us, do I choose this way or that way? Do I make this decision or that? Do I support this person or that person? Just take a second to be with yourself and like really hone in on what's important to you, and then just fucking ride with those and drive with them all the way to the finish line through the end of this year. Your mental health habits, your physical health habits, the things that you're doing daily at work, whatever it is. I made a daily drive-by the other day, came out a couple weeks ago, and it was talking about being happy with where you are right now. Like, we as people, we're all striving to get somewhere. We all have dreams that we want to reach, that we want to accomplish, whether that's working for yourself one day or being a VP or a director at a company, or you want to open your own salon, like whatever it is. We have these goals that we think are so far away and that we work so hard towards, but sometimes it feels as if we're not like making progress or strides on those. And so take a step back and like truly appreciate where you are right now and know that you're supposed to be here. And the more that you do it, the more you check those boxes daily of the things that you're supposed to be doing, you will reach that end goal, whether it's a month away or a fucking year away or 5 years away. If you stay consistent with it and you actually believe in yourself, it's going to come true. So just keep fucking working day in and day out, and don't get bogged down or clouded by any of this media that's being thrown around right now. And just keep on keeping on.
I feel like what you're saying about not being in the present moment. People just want to get there, but they don't realize like what you're doing today is the only thing that's going to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
People are either being pulled by their past and held back by whatever was behind them, or they're so busy looking ahead of them that you're probably never going to get there unless you focus on where you're at now.
Yeah.
So it is those things that you do today that are eventually going to propel you to who you can be in the future. And too many people just don't live in the now.
No, not at all. And like, be the best fucking like person or thing you can be right now at what you're doing. I tied it back to like when I worked at Drug Mart. Like, I was the best fucking stocker at Drug Mart. When I worked for my dad on his golf course, I was the best fucking groundskeeper there was. Like, right now at my job, I think I'm the best fucking salesperson. Whether I am or I'm not, having that mindset and truly believing like I am the best fucking version of myself right now and I'm the best at this job is going to make those people around you see that passion, see that charisma.
You have to have somewhat of a delusional confidence.
Yeah.
If you ever want to make it past like the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to really excel in life, you have to have this delusional belief.
Yeah. And again, if you don't believe in yourself, then why
Who
should
the fuck's going to?
Yep. And if you don't believe that your dreams or whatever you're talking about like can come true, then why should anybody else believe them? So like, only work towards the things that you wholeheartedly would go to the grave believing that you can or can't do. Because at the end of the day, if you're hesitant, like, I don't know if I am actually this good or that, like, you're never going to get there. Ever.
You're always going to have that self-doubt is normal. We talked about on here a lot.
Yep.
But at the same time that I have self-doubt, I also believe I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of that than the self-doubt part.
Yep. So let that shine, and end it here, because I said that I'll bring something motivational from a thing that I see every week.
Antonio.
This one is motivated.mindset. It's just a like quote page on Instagram, and it'll wrap everything up.
I'm big on those, bro.
Oh yeah. It'll maybe I'll use you one day as one of these. It'll wrap everything up. It says small steps in the right direction can turn into the biggest journey of your life. And so I think that's a perfect way to end this episode. Literally just keep striving and going after the dreams that you have, the lifestyle that you want to live, and it's all going to come to fruition. Kiss your mama for us. Have a great life. Have a great weekend, week, whatever it is when you're listening to this. We'll see you soon. It's on.
Peace.